It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. Let's get out of here. Aye. Hello everybody, welcome to my couch. I'm going to talk to you in my casual couch here. Silent slip there. Okay, so I wanted to add three things to the thing I talked about with the Judah and the coins, and it's very interesting. Okay, so here's some, I guess we'll call them 3 extra confirmations as to perhaps we're on the right track with this theme, okay? Well, I'll let you guys be the judge. You let me know what you think of this. It's like one of those things where coincidences happen and you're like, I don't think this is a coincidence and I should just share it. Okay, so before I made my 2030 connection, that was one of my last videos that I made, and I talked about Judah and Judas and how Joseph was sold for 20 silver coins, right? And Jesus was sold for 30 silver coins. And I was going to share this video. So this is number 1. These 2 things happened before the video recording, and I forgot to mention it in my video. So I'm going to leave everybody's names out of it because I don't know who wants me to say their names or not. Just for confidentiality's sake, I'll just keep everybody's names out of it. So I was talking to one of my moderators, and we, through discussing some things in Discord and somebody else, we got on the topic of, I was saying, yeah, I wanted to share about the 2030 thing, about Scotty Clark's video, and my moderator had brought up, oh, well, I was actually talking about somebody else, about that exact person, and so it was a really cool confirmation. Now, so that's the first thing, but in combination with this, I had already scheduled to have a conversation with somebody from Australia about 20 minutes after my conversation with my moderator, okay? And we were trying to get a hold of each other for, I don't know, let's just say 2 weeks. And we finally had scheduled a talk right after my conversation with my moderator. Okay, so I leave that conversation and I go and talk to my Australian friend, and it was very delightful. The conversation was really cool. He was sharing a lot of studies, but one thing that he brought up was, he's like, oh, Aaron, you've got to watch this video. It was great. He was talking about the coins and the 2030 coins, and it was from Scotty Clark. And I just let him, go on and on about it. And he was basically just confirming things that I had already established in my mind. And then at the end of the conversation, I had said, man, I'm so glad you brought that up because I was thinking about making that video. So we've got a moderator talking about it. And then 20 minutes later, after I was trying to schedule a talk with this guy for like 2 weeks, he brings up the video. So there you go. That's number 1. Okay. So then the night that I recorded the video, I should say the morning, a few hours before my video was posted, here's confirmation. Let's call it confirmation number 2 or story number 2, whatever you want to call it. One of my friends, they've got a YouTube channel as well. And so she had a dream. She essentially had a dream. Long story short, it's not really a long story, but she had a dream about Joseph and Jesus. So Joseph being a type and shadow of Jesus. And then she also had a dream that Joseph was getting married in her dream to a bride. And she said she doesn't dream a whole lot. And then what happens is she wakes up specifically at 6:21, and that's a little bit early for her. And so she goes, oh, I might also check the Strong's number. Okay, so she just had a dream about Joseph being a type and shadow of Jesus and Joseph getting a bride, and how it is probably connected to a rapture scenario. And so she wakes up at 6:21. She goes, okay, I guess I'll just check the Strong's number. What does Hebrew Strong 6:21 mean? It was the bride of Joseph. It was the bride of Joseph. I forget the name. I think it's Asenath or something of that nature. But what? Okay, so she's dreaming about Joseph, Jesus' bride. She wakes up at 6:21. Which literally means the bride of Joseph. Are you kidding me? That's fun. Okay. And then like 2 hours later, my video pops up and here I am. Hey guys, it's Aaron, Joseph and Jesus and the coins and the 2030 stuff. She's like, whoa, this is so nuts. So then obviously she let me know. Okay, so that's number 2. Okay, so we've got things leading up to this video. Those are the 2 things leading up to the video. And then the third thing that happened was basically after I had made the video, go outside in the mailbox, and there's a company saying, it's kind of, this is like a laughable thing. I don't know what to make of it. It's just one of those things where you just make a video, but it's an advertisement saying, we want to buy your gold and silver. Okay. And what does it say on the front page here of this? It says, I'll read it. All silver coins pre-1969, silver is at a 30-year high. I don't know if you can see that clearly, but I've circled it. Yeah, 30-year high, front row and center. And it's just like one of those things that it's funny. Here's some clocks. It's time to fly, folks. Like, let's get out of here, man. Let's get out of here. And so, right, remember, I'll show you my chart again. Silver coins, 20 silver coins, 30 silver coins, all this other stuff. If you haven't watched the video yet, please go back. It's not that long. And check it out. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. I think those experiences were just a little bit too interesting to not share. So, you guys know what's going on around the world. It's not getting any easier, not getting any lighter. It keeps on heating up. So, yeah, we're getting there. Now, one more. There's a few other cool things, too, that are not related to these confirmations, but just open thoughts. Christy and I, we found today that Jesus was put in a tomb. It was Joseph's tomb. Joseph was the rich man that took Jesus to put him in a tomb. His name was Joseph. Whew. Very cool. Okay, and another thing for us to think about, one thing to leave and ponder is, I think it's pretty safe to say that Judas, or Judah, same name, is a bit of a type and shadow of the Antichrist. And so, and obviously it's a strong connection to Passover, okay? Like, you can't ignore it. Like, he basically sold Jesus at Passover. And so we've got Passover coming up, and you guys, if you've been following the channel for a little bit, I did a live stream with Jarrett, and he had a really interesting argument that it's possible that the Antichrist would show up, before that eclipse or around that eclipse, which is late April, a couple weeks after Passover. So, just food for thought. Judas could be a type and shadow of the Antichrist, and the Passover season is here. And look at this whole looming world chaos, right? So, yeah. Anyway, just thought I'd leave you with that. Okay, I forgot to mention these things. When I went outside to check the mail, I went for a walk, and I wanted to listen to J.D. Frog, and I just felt like he was going to talk about Judas, and he did. And he brought up the book of Jude as well. I'm like, okay, I knew it. And Jude actually is kind of derived from the name Judas, okay? So that's another fun thing that just happened. And here's another fun thing that happened. So Christy was just sitting here listening to the video, and then on her phone, scrolling through Facebook, somebody writes, why didn't Jesus expose Judas sooner? Or did Judas expose himself? So here it is. There you go. Hopefully you can see that okay. Okay, I'm sure you can see that. You get the point. Okay, so all this Judas stuff. And, so the main thought is all this Judas stuff connecting to 2030 being the second coming. And let's get out of here this year as fast as possible. Anyway, back to the video. Let me know what you guys think. Go, Jesus, go. One day closer. Get tight with Christ. Love you. Thanks for hanging out with me on my comfortable couch. Signing out. Sayonara, Batman. Silent slurp.